Hello. I was just going to snip through the garden. Do you know why? Some things were just going a bit wild. And a bit of a tidy up. I haven't got enough time just to quickly show you. I'm training this tree a bit in my observatory. So watch how things go. Because you know I'm putting the roof up with this old grapevine trailing it, so the sticks end up growing and forming a natural sort of, cane thing. I'm building a shed, babe, my style. And then I've just started to fan this, whatever this tree is, across the wire as well. Just like this. So I can sit in here as a little hidey space from you, basically. I'll come out here and smoke my pipe. It's true. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But then I was just having a tweak over here against this fence. Just a little one. I'm going to come back and do some more in a minute. Probably should have done it first, actually. The same sort of thing, fanning things and trimming them out so the light can get to some things, etc, etc. And I thought I'd just show you what I've pulled out, because I've got some bits of weed that I'm going to make for my tea. The day's flying by, actually. I was thinking, is it time for lunch yet? That's all the time, and it was 3:15, so I've missed lunch. I had a late breakfast. But I've just picked, I trimmed blackberry. Well, there's one that I trimmed right down, because it's basically an extra one. No, 7%. And took one stalk. I've left some there for the fruit. I might take it down before. Let's bring the whole thing over here and show you what I'm going to have. I'm not 100% certain quite. It's what? Romany jelly. Having jelly for tea. Weed soup. I'm probably going to have rice. But first of all, this came off earlier on when I was tweaking around some other weeds. And I had some the other day. This is one that smells of honey. That one doesn't smell as much. It's not quite as open, but it broke. So I'm going to definitely use the flowers. I may chuck the leaves in as well, just whisk it. Then I've just pulled out a bit of cleavers. I like to let that grow, because that's another thing that's, first of all, supposedly you can use the seeds like caffeine. They used to call them soldier's buttons, these plants, but I think we use for lots of different things. And secondly, you can use it in tea as a, what's it called? It clears the lymphatic system. Dogs are thought to use it as a natural wormer. So I'm just going to rinse that and stick that in it as well. And also I've taken the fresh shoots off the blackberry to the stick that I cut, the new shoots, and I'll chop those up in it as well. I found this one little poppy head that I'm going to put with the others. A little secret plant, but a little tiny one that was growing in the corner. But the other thing, I cut this stalk up into small pieces to compost. And I thought, well, I'll just try the inside in case it's useful for anything. I've got some blackberry leaves I've taken off already. They're in the freezer to use for blackberry leaf tea occasionally. Do you know what? As a something. I think it makes you cough. It's an expectorant or something. I don't know. So I trimmed off a little bit. And the inside's really, it's sort of, I suppose it could be used as a bit like a cork. But there's nothing much to it. Well, I suppose they say it's woody. But what I was thinking was, this might be useful to other people who, is to cut it up small. My dad's laughing his head off. And probably peel it. I'll just show you. I'll just do one. And it would be like little pills. You could then soak it in whatever you wanted to dose with, and then save it as that's not strong enough. So slices like that. And it doesn't, you can't, I just chewed it and it squashes down, but you can't really eat it. But it might work. It's definitely fibrous. That's why you need a sharp knife. I can't find my crafting knives. I've got two somewhere. I want to tell you that, to be honest. It might be useful. Then what would I do then? Well, I'd soak them probably. I suppose it depends what you're soaking them in. Probably put them in the freezer. Or just chew it. And then probably just eat the bits, and it's fibre, isn't it? It's good for you to practice eating bitty things. And there was one bit of flax in there as well, which I'm just going to chuck in. That's it, really. It might not work, but it might work for some. Go back to my gardening. Alright then, see you later.